Good evening. Just a quick sound check. Just let me know if it's okay, if you can hear me clearly. Thank you. Okay, I think I've got an issue with the volume. Is this any better? Awesome. I knew you'd get there eventually. So welcome everyone to another stream. Today we are in Lisbon in the 757 flight factor. I've recently updated it, so it's been a while since I've flown this, so I'm not sure what it's going to be like, if there's any issues with it, or if it's not performing very well in X-Plane 11, but we'll soon find out. Thank you, Peter, for confirming the sound issues. And Dream Flying, I'm running a GTX 1080. Hi Pacey, welcome back to the channel. Good, Peter. What were you using before? Were you on P3D or FSX? Just gonna dim the outside light a little bit. I'm just gonna make it a little bit darker. Okay, let's get some lights on here. Not sure if I'm going to be able to switch that one without actually leaning down. There we go. So I think they updated this for the final release. The date of this file was something like the end of March. So I'm hoping it should be all good now. Soon find out. Certainly looks good so far. I was in two minds streaming tonight. Wasn't sure whether I should or not, and I thought, what the hell, might as well. There's probably not going to be many of us here in this chat, but it's okay because it's quite late here in the UK. It is 11:30 p.m. Yeah, I agree with you. It's a huge step up, isn't it? X-Plane 11 over FSX and P3D. Even P3D for me, I think, is not as good as this. For those of you who are not new to the stream, if you remember, I had some issues with the shadows on aircraft. So Ved, he's normally on this stream. He uploaded a fix for this, and it's essentially using a data ref. So I can show you here, data ref editor. So just type FB. Let's just enter it here. Actually, 1 second. Let me just apply the brakes. FB, and then that comes up there, and it's normally running around at around 2,000 or something like that. So I just changed the value to 12,000, and it's got rid of the jagged lines with the shadows. It's brilliant. Haven't figured out how to save it in that mode. So every time I reload the sim, I have to re-edit it. It's not a big issue, but I haven't asked him yet. Hi, Egyptian Kid. Welcome to the channel. I think you're new. Don't recognise your name. And hi, Gamma 201. Welcome. So which is better, FSX or X-Plane? X-Plane, hands down. This is running on 64-bit, so you're not going to get memory issues. Okay, because you can just about see the shadows here. So Laminar Research, the guys who made X-Plane, haven't really fixed that just yet, but someone found a fix for it, which is good. You see the engine heat coming off the back. You don't get that in FSX, do you? And of course the other thing is, as you can see, sloped runways. So just before I take off, I just want to set up a couple of things here. I can see it's a little bit laggy, but X-Plane 11, the RC1 release, so release candidate 1, is definitely performing not as good as Beta 17, but what they're currently, I mean, I saw one of the live feeds they did recently, and they mentioned they're doing a massive improvement, so an update to improve the performance in a really big way. So look forward to that. So it's okay, I'm putting up with the fact that it's a little bit laggy. So if I bring up the frame rates, yeah, it's around 30. For those of you who are familiar with FSX or P3D, probably think 30 is quite good, but when I stream, I lose around between 10 and 15. I'm sure a lot of you hear this quite a lot, but for those of you new, so this should be running in this sort of scenery, which is not too bad, as you can see. There's quite a lot of autogen, but normally I'm running at around 50 FPS, but currently on 30. Of course, outside the aircraft a little bit more, as you can see, it's around the 40. but in this outside view should be around 60, and then in this view should be around 50. So I'm looking forward to the updates that they're doing. Hi Ryan, welcome to the channel. Hi Orange Thunder, welcome to the channel, and hello Slake as well. I think all you guys are quite new to this channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I very much appreciate it. It's, of course, only if you want to see more of this kind of thing. So I think I'm all set. We're just going to take off and do a few circuits around here, and do landings and that kind of thing. And if you guys are interested to see some of the other aircraft that I have and other scenery, for those of you who are new to Explain, if you're interested to see how we use ortho scenery, so Bing Maps in Explain, I can also show you that if you're interested. So hi Adib, and hi John. Wow, there's a lot of you that I'm not familiar with. So welcome all to the channel. So I think we're good to take off. So I'm just going to go a little bit quiet while I take off, because I'm not convinced you're going to be able to hear me very well. So excuse me while I take off. So just make sure I've got everything set. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Okay, so now we've taken off, I can start talking again. Sorry about that. So I noticed that there's immediately some sort of issue with the autopilot. It's a little bit laggy, but be patient with it. I'm sure it'll be okay. So what does Explain 11 so unique? So there's quite a few things I would say which makes Explain 11 unique. So you should have noticed when I was taking off, the runway's sloped, so the whole Earth is sort of like actually sloped, as it should be. The flight modeling in Explain 11 is very close to the real thing. You're not gonna find it's certainly going to be better than FSX and P3D. I started using Microsoft Flight Simulator since FS95, and I only started using Explain about 7 months ago. So I'm not like a Explain fanboy, in case you thought I was. I'm quite new to Explain, really, but I love it so much that I've actually ditched P3D and FSX. There's literally no comparison, in my opinion. This is just way too good. Of course, there are a few teething issues because they only released it not that long ago, actually. Now, so as you can see, my autopilot is playing up a little bit. Let's see if we can hold it. Yeah, it's for some reason it's descending, so let me just disable it and take control myself manually. Okay, let's just climb. So yeah, I would say that also makes it pretty unique over the other sims. What else? I think that just the fact that it's just a lot smoother, even if I was running 25 FPS, it will still feel smoother than FSX or P3D. I never really felt, even if I had 40, 50 FPS in FSX or P3D, it never felt smooth. Yours got sort of micro stutters and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's another thing I really like about X-Plane. The other thing that I really noticed when I moved to X-Plane, the world feels a lot more lively than the other ones. So you get, you know, like animals running around. You get birds, even at the airport. And you often get, you know, you can get bird strikes. It just feels a lot more alive, and I really like that about X-Plane. As you can see, the autopilot has got a mind of its own at the minute. This is probably because of this new update. I have no idea why it's just not happy. Yeah, it's not locking altitude. And also, it seems... Okay, head and select works, but for some reason altitude hold. Well, we'll give it. Hopefully, it should sort itself out. If not, I can just fly it manually. It's not a big issue. Hi, Pink Sheep Studios. Welcome to the channel. And hi, Christian Arias. Christian, I'm not sure if you really do need a $1 million PC. I had the GTS, is it GTS 970 graphics card, and it performed quite well in X-Plane 11. Sure, the GTX 1080 that I have now is going to be, you know, much better, but you know, I know quite a few people on various Facebook groups. They're running much lower specs, and they can still get around 30 FPS. So I think the autopilot should be okay now. So this is simulating real weather as it is in Lisbon. So it's quite hazy, as you can see. Hi Matt, welcome to the channel. Can I shut down both engines and glide? You want to see the plane crash? Might do that later. Not right at the beginning of the stream. Adib, do you have X-Plane, or are you on P3D or for FSX? Peter, the next update, I don't know the specific date for it, but it's not too far. It's coming up soon. And they did specifically say that the main thing they're currently working on is performance. So that should be good. Certainly lost, I'd probably say around 10 FPS in this release. But I'm sure we'll get it back. The other thing which I really like about X-Plane is that because it seems a lot more open to developers, so there's really cool freeware add-ons for it. and the payware stuff is pretty good. I know a lot of a lot of FSX and P3D users always, you know, their benchmark is PMDG. Yeah, PMDG is very good. But when I bought quite a few of the PMDG products, and I always had issues with performance. So yeah, sure, it looked good, but it wasn't that friendly on FPS. I mean, look, this is a pretty complex cockpit, as you can see, and it's running around 40 FPS while streaming as well. I know I'm losing between 10 and 15 FPS while streaming, but it's pretty good. Hi Denny927, welcome to the channel. Hi David M. This is the Flight Factor 757. The updated version of it. So this is the first time I fly it since I updated it. So I noticed a couple of issues so far, but not too bad. Hi James. Evening. Thank you for joining. Could hopefully help me out a little bit. Okay, I'm just gonna set it for auto land. It's not me being lazy, it just allows me to be able to speak to you guys, see what messages you're writing and that kind of thing. That's interesting, William. Hi, by the way. You lost 10 FPS with the Windows update. Interesting. You used to have 10, so Pink Sheep used to have 10, X-Plane 10. Are you on X-Plane 11 now, or? Hi, Sim0182. I'm using the X52 Pro. Made by Satec. I need to get the spoilers out because this plane is doesn't want to slow down too quickly. There we go, that's a bit better. Yeah, I'm not too happy with the way the autopilot is functioning in this update. It's a little bit all over the place. I'm just going to manually fly this now. Okay, again, excuse me whilst I try and land this beast. James will hopefully look after you guys while I'm flying for a minute. James, I'm in Lisbon. I thought I'd try something a little bit different. So for those of you new to the channel, I have a thing, so when I land, we do a replay to watch the landing, and you have to rate it from 0 to 5. Don't worry, you can be as honest as you like. It doesn't hurt my feelings. Just a bit of fun at the end of the day, isn't it? Hi Scott, welcome to the channel. Good to see you again, mate. See, I'm still reading messages, and I should be just concentrating on my speed.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
That felt okay. Better than some of my previous landings. But let's wait and see. They're clapping. I think they like that one. There's a little bit of a crosswind there. I just noticed the windsock is going across the other runway. Okay, so let's just stop it at the gate and then we can watch the replay. So the other thing which I really like about Explain is the replay function. It allows you to freely move forward and back without waiting for it to load. It's pretty instantaneous, which is pretty cool. And for those of you who are new to Explain, you can also do this. You can change the time of day pretty quickly. Something I found very frustrating in P3D. You want to change the time of day for whatever reason, and you just have to wait for it to load. Okay, I think we can stop here. I'm taxiing far too fast. 30 knots. We can go in there, that's fine. Should have switched off the landing lights really. There we go. Right, let's have a look at the replay. So, I think I probably need to go back around here. That's good. Okay, so we'll do a couple of different views, and then you guys can rate it. So Adib, I was using Autoland till about I think 2,000 feet or something like that, and it wasn't really doing what I wanted it to do, so I took over. So M4TTBX, to change the time of day, you hit the K or L key on your keyboard. It does it slowly, and if you do Shift K or L, it does it much quicker. It's a bit heavy, to be honest, on the front. It felt a lot smoother when I was in the aircraft. So let's go back and see it from this view. See? Can you do this in pre-3D, guys? Well, you may be able to now, I don't know. You couldn't when I was using it. Right, guys, go for it. 0 to 5, what do you think? Wow, thank you, William. 4.6. I'll take that. Not bad, not bad. Thank you, guys. Trust me, I've had much worse. Thank you, Aaron. 4.6888. I like that. Very precise. Thank you, Pink Sheep. 5 out of 5. Well, guess what? Because you're so nice to me, you get to pick the next aircraft. So, go ahead. What would you like me to fly next? No, I agree, Ivan. It definitely wasn't a perfect landing. There's a slight downdraft towards the end. Yes, I am making an excuse. M4, yeah, I am enjoying it, the 757. I haven't flown it for a while because they haven't updated. They weren't updating it during beta phases of X-Plane 11, which is understandable. This is the latest version, and it seems pretty good. There was certainly issues with the autopilot, but and I'm pretty sure I wasn't doing anything wrong. But yeah, so far so good. It's a good aircraft. So Pink Sheep, you get to choose what I fly next. Go for it. Good evening, JW. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you, David. It wasn't, yeah, it was a little bit windy, but on one of my previous streams, I think I was landing at Frankfurt. That was very, very scary. But yeah, it was all over the place. There was crazy turbulence, but somehow I made it down safely. Thank you, Aaron. Very kind. Boeing 747. Right. Okay. And let's change that. I think I'm going to change the location too. Where do you guys want me to fly? I think I only have this default livery actually. But that's okay. M4, so I have the, as you can see from this list here, I have the 777 flight factor payware. I have the Airbus 320 payware by JAR Design, JAR. So the 320, the 330, I have the Airbus 350, the 757, the 767, and I have the Dash 8, and I have the new Eclipse 550, but doesn't work, it crashes my sim, no idea why. And I have the DHC Otter and the Embraer Phenom. This is amazing, but it's very heavy on FPS. They need to optimize that one. And the Challenger 300. Oh, and the IXEG 737, but it's not working that great in this version, to be honest. So I'm waiting for an update. So, I think Parcel was the first one, so let's see if it's an airport that's actually 3D, or at least one that I have. So let's go for that, and let's go for the 747. Now, is it? Yep, it's fine. So let's pick a runway. 747. Let's go. Scott, I do have Mr. X Boston. It's brilliant. It's one of the best freewares you can get for X-Plane, in my opinion. I can't land at Kai Tak because I don't have Asia continent just yet. So this is just about to finish, so we can get cracking with the 747. You know what? I haven't flown this in a very long time. And to be fair, it's a pretty good aircraft for freeware. Must admit. And it looks like, I mean, it's been a while, so it looks like they've updated a number of things here, from what I can see. Flick on all the lights and see what it looks like on the outside. It's pretty decent, that. So obviously they updated the textures as well for X-Plane 11s. You can see shiny, nice shiny metal. Okay, let's go for it. Let's get this thing off the ground. I just need to add, I think, one more notch of flaps. I wonder if they fixed, so you can, yeah, it doesn't seem to be. We'll see when we take off. That is interesting. So there's definitely an issue here. So the throttles have gone to max without my permission. Not sure what's going on there. Very interesting. Let's take off and see what happens. I feel like this position's a little bit high, so I'm just going to lower it a little bit and move a bit closer. It's a bit better. What a big beast this is. So I think I've got control of the throttles again now. That was very bizarre what it was doing there. Okay, let's see. I think we're okay now. I hope. Yeah, I think it's fine. Okay, where are we? Let's change that. That is interesting. I'm not sure what's. Let's go for that one. I don't know if I'm blind, but I can't actually see the heading bug. That's definitely seems to be a glitch. Yeah, it's acting a bit strange, this aircraft. Aha, so behind me is downtown. Now I can just about see it. That's pretty cool. Ah, how about that? Look at that. It's... the heading's not actually... although it's displaying there... that's very odd. This is spinning, but the numbers are not actually spinning. It's bizarre. I'm not sure if that's supposed to do that in real life. Yeah, JW, I think you're right. There still seems to be quite a lot of issues with the 747. I honestly thought they would have ironed those out before releasing this, but obviously not. Peter, so the best place to find freeware for X-Plane is the xplane.org. It's got everything on there. Scenery, planes, utilities, everything. It's very good. This is a very dense area. So for those of you who are not new to the channel, if you remember getting the jagged lines, the shadows, so I've managed to turn that down a little bit, so it's a lot better than what it was. So this is how I did it, and it was thanks to Ved, someone that I'm friends with on Facebook. So he showed me how to do this. So if you notice this little script here, this number is normally 2000, so if you notice what happens to the shadow there, okay, see, it's not straight, and in fact, if we go inside the cockpit, you can see it. Where is it? There we go. See these horrible lines? If we change this to 12,000, boom, fixes it. Or at least makes it better. It's not completely fixed, but you can see this is a lot better. It's a lot more solid. It's quite turbulent up here. I ran my specs, so I'm running a 4790K at 4.8 GHz, GTX 1080, 16 gig RAM, and I think it's two solid state drives. Ved Merchant, thank you, William. That's the guy. He's a genius. He knows all sorts of tricks for X-Plane. Pastor, did we fly over your house? Did we? So I'm going to attempt to land this beast now, so let's get it tuned. So this is another thing I really like about X-Plane. So you can load up the map and you can see all the airports around here. Of course you can just hit a runway and get it tuned for the ILS. There we go, so if we just make it turn to, what was it, 170. This they definitely need to fix. There's got to be a quicker way of doing this. But yeah, so this is a pretty cool function here, and of course you can make it so it's facing the aircraft, you know, in the direction of the aircraft travel, which is pretty cool. I'm so going to overshoot this, but I'm going to have to just fix our turn. Hi Ufik, welcome to the channel. Thank you. It's very kind of you. So I think I've just have I overshot it yet? Not quite. I think I went for the there we go. I thought they fixed the map glitch, but they haven't, obviously. So sometimes it takes a bit of time. So if I reload it, it's okay again. There we go. Make sure that's yeah. So I think I need to turn a little bit so I can intercept that localizer. Let's see. What is the frequency? Okay, it's actually tuned already, so that's cool. Yeah, this is not aligned correctly either, so there are, as you can see, a few glitches here. Thank you M4, thanks for joining, hope to see you again on the stream soon. The throttle seems to be, I think it could be because of the wind, but yeah, okay, here we go, see, we've got a headwind of 27 knots. Explain why the throttle's going a little bit crazy, so I'm going to have to compensate for the turn here. Hi Piper, welcome back to the channel, good to see you. Pink Sheep, I think I did fly the 747 X-Plane 11, but a really long time ago, probably in one of the early beta versions. So we are, let's have a look. Let's say probably around 10 DME, I think we are. See if the auto land is actually working. Yep, it is. Good. Okay, I think we can bring the undercarriage down now. This is far too windy for me to battle all the way, so I'll wait to about 1,000 foot or so and then I'll take over. You can see the wind just from this angle here. Plane's going mental. Thank you, Peter. Good to see you again. Hope to see you again soon. Hey, Parcel, you should have warned me about this wind. You just wanted to test me, didn't you? Yeah, guys, you need to listen to James. He's a moderator. He has power. I don't like the idea of swearing, really, because I have had, I probably have now, youngsters in the channel. It's a little bit unfair, I think. So I think I'm going to take over now. X3RO, yeah, welcome to the channel by the way, and K Boston, welcome to the channel. Yeah, I think I'm going to take over now. I'm going to be brave. Yeah, this is pretty intense actually. Oops, didn't mean to bring that up. There we go. Yeah, this is luckily it's almost a direct headwind. It's just battling with the speed. And the glide slope doesn't seem to be perfectly aligned. It's close. Whoa. This wind is pretty bad. I said earlier I had pretty bad wind in one of the previous streams in Germany. But this is not as bad, but it's not certain. It's certainly not the best. If you can see what I'm doing on my joystick here, it's pretty crazy. And the rudders as well. It's mental. It seems as though the reverse thrusters sounds are not working, because they're definitely out. I have no idea what that landing was like. It felt pretty bad. So, replay coming up, guys, for you to rate it. Whew, that was actually quite challenging, I must admit. With this big beast of a plane. I forgot how heavy this thing is. So, let's have a look at that. Any guesses? What rating are we going for? I think we'll go for this view here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's pretty shaky. Whoa. Look at those wings. Yeah, there's a long flare there. It's bouncy as well. Definitely not the worst landing I've ever done, considering conditions. Okay, let's try this angle this time. Look at the dust getting thrown out. Whoa, that is absolutely crazy. We survived though. Right guys, 0 to 5, go, rate. JW, I think 4 is I think it's too kind. That screeching sound, they really need to sort that out. That's something I'm definitely not too keen on in X-Plane. I think the ratings are accurate, I would say. Oh, JW 4 out of 10. Oh, I don't like you anymore. That's funny. Okay, so I'm going to change now the location. So since there's quite a lot of you who are new to the channel, I'm going to show off some of my photo scenery. And I'm going to choose the DA42 Twin Star. Haven't flown this in a while, so let's do that. So as I say, for those of you new to the channel, you will now see what scenery I have. So for the whole of the south of England, I downloaded Bing Maps. So I'm using Bing Maps for my scenery. And some clever chap or lady, I don't know to be honest, created a awesome tool called Author for XP, which allows you to grab photo scenery from Google or Bing Maps and use it for your scenery in X-Plane. Don't ask me how, I have no idea, but it's awesome, that's all I can tell you. Now, okay, I was a little bit worried about the frames. They were around 20 when I loaded this aircraft, but they've jumped up again now. Yeah, that's fine. It's almost 50. I'm not going to complain. That's pretty good for streaming. Now the weather isn't too great, so I think I'm going to apply my own weather because I want you guys to see the scenery. So let's do manually configure. Should have a bit. There we go. I think that's better. In fact, I can enable XEnviro. Again, for those of you new to the channel, there's an awesome payware add-on called XEnviro. So it changes essentially the weather engine, the clouds, the lighting in the skies, everything. In fact, you can hear birds. Can you hear that? That's all to do with XEnviro. It adds a lot more realism to X-Plane. It really does. The only thing is, it only uses real weather conditions, so it looks like it's going to be a little bit hazy. So I'll take off with it and see if it clears up when we get to a higher altitude. Otherwise, I'll just disable it again. James, I don't have actually author for Niagara Falls. I don't normally fly around that, to be fair. JW, haven't tried the new sound set for 737. Where can I find that? I didn't know there was one. Scott, yeah, I agree. This plane in real life would be awesome. I have one at my local airport, and it belongs to Carol Vorderman. I'm sure a lot of you are not going to know who that is, but she's someone quite famous in the UK, and she has a pilot's license, and she parks this locally to where I live. Come on, take off. Am I talking too much? I'm sorry about that. Let's get going. I'm a bit surprised that I'm getting all these frames during the stream. See, it's like 60 here. I don't think that's ever happened before. Come on, take off. I think most of my viewers are normally quite patient, or maybe they're just being too nice. So I'm taking off from Echo Golf Tango Echo. This is in the southwest of England. Unfortunately, it's very hazy. I'm gonna just climb to about 3,000, see what happens with the haze. If it's still hazy, I'm gonna disable X Enviro and then I'll do my own weather. Yeah, please, if you can link it, that'd be awesome. JW, are you on our Facebook group? In fact, any of you who are new to the channel, go ahead and join our Facebook group. I'm just linking it. JW, if you just join the Facebook group and then just paste the link there, that'd be awesome. Okay, I'm just gonna see. Yeah, you see, it's too hazy. Something interesting going on here. I don't know if it's my eyes or I'm missing 3D buildings down there. I am gonna disable X Enviro. Interesting. I think I've messed up my scenery priority, the order of my scenery files. I think that probably explains why I've got such a high FPS. Let me just clear the fog. Yeah, so it seems my 3D building, I think so anyway. I can't tell. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I mean, I could see trees. No cars, no vehicles, I don't think. That is interesting. Yeah, so it seems that I messed up my UK scenery. Well, that's okay. This is the main thing I want to show you guys anyway. And it's running at 60 FPS. Yeah, Scott, I thought it seemed a bit bizarre. Having said that, I mean, there's a few 3D objects here, so trees, and there's a couple of buildings there. See, that's 3D there. And there. So, I don't know. That's very, very interesting. I've never had that happen. That's okay. I'm sure it's not too difficult to sort out later. But anyway, as I say, this is the main thing really I want to show you guys, especially those that are new to the channel, show you how awesome it is to use photo scenery in X-Plane. There's the airport I took off from there, just above the right wing. it's strange because there are some 3D objects you can see here. Some of the trees are 3D, but yeah, I must have messed about with it. I've definitely broke it somewhere. It won't be the first time. So guys, what do you think of this plane? It's pretty cool, right? It's a pretty detailed cockpit, and I love the reflections. You notice the reflection there just on the edge of the... You can see it reflecting the scenery just there. It's pretty awesome. You can see just underneath as well. You can see reflections. Just in there. Yeah, it's a pretty cool place to fly this. Okay, so you guys want me to simulate one engine failure, so why not? Switch off that one. Wouldn't be too hard. Should we switch off both engines? Why not? Okay, I think that should be enough. I mean, I would have assumed that they would be feathered, so they'd still spin around. Let's have a look. I'm sure I'm probably not doing something right, but it's not affecting the flight, so that's okay. I can continue as I am. So I'm probably high enough to return to the original airport. Just need to be careful what I'm doing here. The things I do for you guys. Thank you, JW. Appreciate it. Thanks for dropping by. So how far are we? Oh wow. Okay, I think I was being a little bit too confident with that. It's still a fair distance to the airport. I need to just time this perfectly now. Must be a bit strange that you can just hear my voice, guys. I hope it's not too loud. You can see the props are trying to... They are spinning a little bit in the wind. There we go, we can hear the air now. We're fine. The airport's still... What is it? 10 nautical miles? Let's have a look. 6 nautical miles. It's fine. We're good. If anything, it might be a little bit too high. So, Justin, hi, welcome to the channel. The DA42 with diesels automatically feather when shut down. Interesting. Hi Ben, welcome to the channel. I haven't tried X Squat Box just yet, actually. Also keen to know if anyone else has, and what sort of results they've had. Okay, there's the runway. We are fine. We are doing good. Yeah, it seems very odd. I wondered why I was getting high FPS. The world down there is pretty flat. Although it doesn't look flat because excuse me, the satellite imagery looks pretty good, but no, normally there's a lot of autogen here in this area. I just need to reorganize my scenery files. So I've got an 11 knot tailwind. So I think we'll be perfectly fine. Yeah, it's true, Ben. No such thing as too high when you've got no power. I think I'm starting to regret the flaps down, so I'm just gonna bring it up a little bit. So I was losing a little bit of airspeed. Seems to be okay now. You need to be very careful here because
500.
it's okay. I think I'm fine. Yeah, that's true, Scott. I just have to go through the INI file and make sure everything's in order. I must have done something when I was trying to install the ortho for Lisbon, but it wasn't working out very well. So I must have broke something. Okay, there we go. Flare. Not too bad. That wasn't too difficult. Still think it deserves a replay. There's quite a long flare, but it's okay. It was a bit better, wasn't it, guys? Let's do this for you. That'll do. Not too bad. Thank you, Scott. So, now I'm wondering whether I've actually completely destroyed the other ortho scenery regions. Let's try it. I'm going to try Lowy, Innsbruck. In theory, this also should be broken, but we shall see. Hi, Meet the Gamers. Welcome to the channel. Ah, so you bought X-Plane 11 last week, did you? So I'm not sure how many of you saw the live feed by Laminar Research, Austin Myers, the guy who, well, the founder of X-Plane. He did mention that they are going to be working on a VR compatibility update, which would be awesome. Imagine, especially with this kind of scenery, flying in VR is going to be really good. Really, really amazing. Let's see, what time of day we got here? Let's do midday. So guys, what do you think of this scenery then? Pretty awesome, isn't it? Thank you, Efik. 8 out of 10. That's pretty good. Um, yeah, I agree. Ian, welcome, by the way. Um, it's better for VFR when the autogen is disabled, but yeah, obviously you're going to get a flat world. I mean, when you're flying at this sort of height, you're not going to care too much because it looks pretty good. But yeah, as you can see, you know, if you're flying an airliner or something at this sort of altitude, you're still going to appreciate this scenery because you're not going to care too much about autogen at this height. But I am going to change location because, and I think someone suggested Istanbul, so that is exactly where I'm going to go next. And what shall we fly? Let's do this 777. I feel like it's been a while since I've flown that. I'm just going to dump it on a runway. From what I remember, I think there's a funny slope at this airport, but we'll see. Good evening, the Dutch Hollander. Welcome. James, yeah, are you asking me if I can do that on aircraft or if I can do that in general? Meet the gamers. From where I can take HD textures for XP11. Are you referring to scenery or what exactly? Scott, I always use. There we go. I'm not going to be able to do Turkey, I'm afraid, guys, because I don't have that region installed. So it's going to have to be somewhere else. So let's do. Where can we fly? Let's do Frankfurt. I haven't flown from Frankfurt for a while. There we go. So I use zoom level 17. I think that works perfect for me, to be honest. I think you probably agree it looks quite good, doesn't it? Hi, Piotr Hasse. Sorry if I haven't pronounced it correctly. So, Echo Papa Golf Delta. Where is that exactly? I can tell you whether I have that scenery or not. Pink Sheep. I'm sure I can arrange some stormy weather. So let me see. Okay, it looks like I have to activate this. I think it's because I updated it. So just bear with me while I get the key. And there we go, got it. Let's do this. So I'm probably going to have to restart this, because normally when you activate it, it says please restart the aircraft. So let's do that. We'll go for the Cessna. So Poland, okay. Let's give it a try. EPGD. Whilst we're waiting for the 777 to load properly, we can check out the scenery. I don't mind doing that. So meet the gamers. Yeah, pretty much what James is saying. So when you download Google or Bing Maps to plug into your SIM, you can actually decide what zoom level, so what quality you can download the maps at. So I think you can go up to 19. Is that right, guys? 19 is the highest, which is the best quality. So I go for 17 because I find it works perfectly. It looks good for what I need. Okay, so this is Poland. So there is a 3D airport with some jets. what I really like about the autogen, the default autogen in X-Plane 11, it just looks really good, especially in Europe. The buildings look awesome. Well, guess we can stick around here and fly, can't we? So let's see if we can get this working. 777. So you guys want me to do a storm. Let's see what I can do. So this 777 previously had some issues loading up in X-Plane 11, but I think it seems to be okay at the minute. Yep. And this is the latest update. I updated it just before the stream, and I have to say, so far, I think, to be honest, it's performing better than before. It seems really good on the FPS. You can see it's running around 40 FPS. So if I wasn't streaming right now, it'd probably be around 50, which is pretty good. So I'm just going to change the time of day, and I'm going to do storms for you guys. I don't know what the hell I do for you guys, but Stormy. I don't know what it's going to do now. Oh wow. Do I really want to do this? Guys, are you are you happy for me to do? Okay. This time of day, storm. There we go. So quick vote. Shall I leave conditions as you see them on screen now? Yes or no? Go for it. I'm going to have to put the storm lights on, I think, just while I set this up. Let's get some lights up in here. Okay, I think we're done with that one. I think definitely seatbelt signs should be on. And I think we need wipers too. Oh my, you guys want this, okay. Okay, let's fly. Let me set up. Oh wow, never noticed that before. I had no idea it simulates the weather in the map. That's pretty cool. I guess that's what that is there. Okay. So what have we here? This airport. Okay, we'll take off and then we'll land. We'll land somewhere. We'll decide where to land when we take off. Let's just get it up off the ground. So if you guys want to see what it looks like at night, the lighting, and it's pretty cool. See all the reflections, of course, when the lightning strikes, it lights up the whole scenery in the background. You'll see it in just a second. This is pretty cool. Let's go for it. Okay, I think the trim's good. Damn, that lightning's pretty fierce. Let's go for it. I do feel quite nervous about this, you know. Whoa. Those wings are going absolutely crazy, like a bird. Okay, I'm gonna have to... It sounds like there's a hailstorm going on up there. So just make sure I've got everything here. Okay. Okay, let's set the heading. It doesn't seem too bad actually. I was expecting it to be much more turbulent than this. Let's switch this off. I think the proof in the pudding will be in the landing, as they say. Oh, hang on a minute. I haven't set the auto throttle here. There we go. Almost did a overspeed then. We all want a successful flight. Why do I get the feeling I don't believe you, pink sheep? Hi, Meet the Gamers. So, I think I already said hi to you, actually. Okay, what happened there? 1 second. Got a warning. Okay, we're all good. So windscreen wipers just here. So let me just put the dome light on so you can see what I'm doing. In fact, I think there's another light that I can use. 1 second. I think this is not working as it should be. There goes the hailstorm again. There we go, that's better. So, wipers right there. Switch that off. So let's turn this down. How are we doing? Whoa. You can see just around the wings the pressure that's building up. Sorry, I'm just playing around with the light. I think I'm just trying to make it a little bit lighter. That's okay. Okay, so we need to work out where we're going to land. Let's have a look at the map. So... I think this is probably going to be... So whoever chose this airport, maybe they can tell me the area. I need a decent airport to land at. I think that's probably too small there. I think we should land at this airport here. Let's have a look. Whoops. And let's see. is it? What? 10950 Let's just set that here. That's interesting. They have changed something here. Let's change that. So I'm just trying to tune in the frequency, but some odd reason it's not letting me. So let's just fly towards the airport, and we can tune it when we get close to it. And I have a feeling there's various menus here in the 777. Display control. Yeah, for some reason none of this is working here. Very strange. I'm not sure why none of this works, but it's okay. We can leave it as it is for a minute. This doesn't seem to be. Is it working? I think it might be working. Yep, that's good. Can at least correct the course, hopefully. Wow, okay. Okay, it's come up now. So 10950 and then 310. That's more like it. Do you know what? There's no way I can land on that runway. I think we're going to have to return to where we took off from. That runway is far too small. So this is where we want to go. So let's tune this one. Okay, that should be good. It's more like it. Right. At least we've decided where we're going to land. I need to slow this beast down. Yeah, Peter, I think, is it Peter? Is that how you pronounce your name? Sorry if it isn't. So yeah, I'm returning to where we took off from. So meet the game is how to light up the cockpit. I guess that's what you want to know. So that's all up here. So well, and here too. So we've got the various lights you can see. If you want to do that, and you can make all this a little bit lighter. And of course, you've got the storm button here. And all of this here, you can play around with all these knobs here. You can turn up the lighting, turn it down. And normally there's some light options. There isn't here in 777, but there's some normally at the back here, the rear. Maybe it's not simulated in this aircraft, but yeah, most of your light options are all here anyway. So the dome, and let's see here. There we go. But I quite like it like that. It looks pretty cool. So how are we doing? I think we need to start descending a little bit. Let's descend to 3,000. I think we need to turn. There we go. It sounds like the hail is starting again. Guys, is this too dark for you, or is it okay? Just let me know. I can make it a little bit lighter or darker. So since a lot of you are new to this channel, go ahead and type where you're from. I'd love to know where you're from. Seems to be quite a few of you here. New faces. Wow, that wing's going crazy. Yeah, here we go. The turbulence has started again. It's pretty intense actually. You can hear the people screaming in the back. Can you hear that, guys? Yeah, it's gone a bit mental. I'm sure I'm flying through a storm right as we see. Yeah, here we go. See? I'm flying right through a storm. We're just about to come out of the thick of it. So the plane should calm down a little bit. I don't know how I'm going to land this, by the way, guys. It seems a bit crazy. William, so how does the pilot remember all these switches? I think, you know, if you were doing this every day, you're going to remember it. I mean, although it looks complex, there's really not much to it. All this back here is just circuit breakers. All these are just the main switches. So I think if you were doing this every day, you would get used to it. So now I do have a problem here. In the last 777 version, the ILS wasn't working, and I have a feeling it's still not working, because I think it should have come alive by now. Having said that, I'm quite far. I'm just going to turn. I'm going to turn right. It could be that I'm just a little bit too far out, but we'll see. I hope they fixed it, because that was very frustrating. Wow, so a lot of you are from different parts of the world. Quite a few of you from the US. That storm is pretty intense. So still nothing on the local. Seems like we're flying through another storm. Not quite. But I'm gonna have to start slowing this beast down. I do have a plan if the localizer doesn't come alive. It's not very realistic, but I can enable some graphical guides to guide me onto the runway. See how we're doing for speed. So I need more flaps here. So where are we? Getting close. We're going to still go through another little storm in just a moment. I still don't have any localizer or glide slope. I have no idea how high I am. Let's have a look. I can enable this is a little bit of a cheat, guys. So let's just move here a little bit. There we go. I can see it now. Can you just make out those rectangles there, guys? That's the glide slope to the runway. So I'm just going to leave it like that for a little bit, because it's a little bit unfair. I can't see, you know, the glide slope and localize on this aircraft is still not working, which is a bit frustrating. We're still 15 nautical miles, and I think I can stay on this height till I intercept the glide slope in just a second. And by the way, if you didn't know how to do this, enable this kind of thing, just hold Control and then press the letter P. P for Papa. So I think we're fine on the speed. I'm going to put the wipers on. Don't want to do that mid-landing. Let's do that. All the lights are on. Let's start turning. Wish me luck, guys. Looks like I've entered that storm again. Whoa, this is going crazy. Whose idea was this? I have a feeling it was Pink Sheep, wasn't it? Right, let's turn final. Though it doesn't want to do that too well. Whoa, this is... Okay, I think I'm going to have to take this manually now, guys. This is starting to get a little bit out of hand. This stream has been very interesting. You guys put me under a lot of pressure in this stream. Let me just shut that up. The engines don't sound quite right. It sounds like we're idle. I mean, we're not. Yeah, I suppose we are almost idle, but how far are we? Still 9.5 nautical miles. Just try and stop it from descending. How's the wing flex now? You're loving this, aren't you, Pink Sheep? You're loving the fact that I'm suffering here. Okay, I think I'm going to take over the throttles as well because I'm dropping too fast here. I know it's not ideal having those white lines up, guys, but unfortunately the glide slope and localizer on this aircraft is not working. As you can see, conditions are pretty awful over speed. Got flaps, that's why. Slow this down. Okay, you can shut up. Why do I have the feeling the rating for this landing is not going to be good? Okay, so we're coming up to the 4 nautical miles, so time for undercarriage. Outer marker, so I'm just going to get rid of this these lines. I think I'm good for now. Need to keep an eye on the speed. This is awful, I can't even see the runway yet. Wish me luck, guys. .8 miles. I feel like I'm getting a bit too low here. I actually feel quite nervous about this. I don't know why the hell I agreed to this. Oh, I can just about see the runway now. There we go. over speed. There we go, see? We can do this. It's going to be rough. Whoa. Come on, we can do this. Whoa. This is really bad. Reverse. Come on, slow down. Don't clap yet, guys. We haven't come to a stop. Wow, that was very challenging. Wow. This has definitely been the most stressful stream, if I'm honest. Look at it. You can barely see the aircraft. Look how slippery it is. I can't even come to a stop. So, you know what time it is, guys? It's replay time. I think I should. I think I deserve a fairly good rating. Had my spoilers up that whole time, you notice? It just was not slowing down. And must be Poland. Clapped. Wow, that was really crazy landing. Come on, guys. 0 out of 5. What do you think I deserve for that one? We're going to see it from this angle now. Here we go. Look at that. It wasn't too bad in the end, was it, guys? Look at that reverse thrust action there. Amazing. There we go, another clap. Too kind, guys, thank you. I think I did deserve it. It was pretty crazy landing that. Yeah, William, I didn't think I was going to make it either, to be honest. I thought I was going to crash on the stream. Look how cool that is. Look how, when the lightning strikes, these planes shine, reflect, flash, whatever you want to call it. Look at that. So let's see what this place looks like without a storm. Let's just put VFR. Here we go. It's quite a beautiful place. That's pretty cool scenery, isn't it, for default? There's a train there in the background, getting almost 50 FPS. It's pretty impressive. Doesn't like that view, so change it. There we go. Let's stop it there. Thank you guys. It's very kind. So let's have a look. Let's get the engine switched off. There we go. Should have switched on APU really first. That would have been helpful, wouldn't it? We need to also connect it up to the... There we go. That's fine. So guys, what do you think? Got the ground services coming to load up my plane. I'm sure there's quite a lot of sick passengers on that flight. So guys, I think that's probably all I have time for now this evening. It's quite late here. It's 1:20 AM Sunday morning. I hope you all enjoyed it. For those of you new to the stream, that's what my passengers were doing a second ago, screaming. Yeah, so if you're new to the stream, as James just said, go ahead and subscribe. I would very much appreciate it, and like the video. I often launch or release a number of videos for X-Plane, so if you want to see new stuff, go ahead. I don't know if any of you guys saw my circular runway video. That went a little bit viral. There was over 70,000 views on that, so if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. It's good fun. It was the idea came about because of some engineer who thought it would be probably a good idea to make circular runways for airports. So I decided to test it in the sim, and I can confidently say it's a terrible idea. But go check it out. It's interesting. But so yeah, so Dutch Hollander, can I do 10 seconds at EHGG? Yes, I can. Don't normally take requests at the end of the stream, but I'm happy to do that. You did ask earlier, to be fair, so I'll quickly check it out for you. So, but yeah, as I say, go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more of these streams, and if you want to see some of my new videos and that kind of thing. And I normally forget to do this, but I want to thank James for moderating, as per usual. Awesome job, James. And for those of you who are new to the channel, thank you very much. Appreciate you taking the time to come and watch. And Pink Sheep, thanks for making it more interesting for me. It was fun. I really did enjoy it. Anyway, so just before I go, I'm going to load up Echo Hotel Golf Golf, so you can see what it looks like there. Oops, I just entered the bus. And one last thing, you'd be pleased to know they've the moon and the sun is back in X-Plane. In the previous beta releases, there was no sign of the moon, and it's back now, which is good news. Anyway, let's do this very quickly, and then I'm gonna call it a night. So let's have a look. So Dutch Hollander, it's good news that it says 3D, because if it isn't 3D, then it would just be a flat airport. So let's have a look. It shouldn't take too long to load. Whilst it's loading, I don't know how many of you know Q8 Pilot. Awesome YouTuber, flight sim YouTuber. So we're hopefully collaborating soon. We're going to do some joint stuff. So it's another reason why you should subscribe. And we'll be doing giveaways as well. So I did a giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. So I gave away X-Plane 11. And no doubt I'll do another giveaway at 2,000 subscribers, which is not too far now. So Dutch Hollander, this is the airport of choice. I'll take off very quickly so you can have a look around if you like. It's a bit windy here as well. I don't know what it is about the stream and the weather. Okay, so with X-Enviro, as you can see, the weather isn't too great, so let me just disable that. Otherwise I'm not going to see anything here. I think, let's just make it completely clear. I must say, this is pretty awesome scenery. I like the, what is it, city in the background, I guess? Where are we exactly? Holland, is it? I assume by your name. That's a pretty cool little airport there. There's a highway there. Thank you, Scott. Good night. I hope you enjoyed it. This is a little bit of a extra on the stream. As I say, I don't normally do this, but I know Dutch Hollanders asked a number of times, so it's only fair that I did. See, someone's been naughty down there. You can see a police car rushing down the highway. So this is Holland. Ah, cool. That's pretty cool. So like in daytime. Not too bad. I think they definitely need to work on daytime textures in X-Plane. I think it could be a lot better. That's why I use ortho scenery. It's much better, but it's not too bad. There's quite a lot of autogen there in the distance. Cool place, good location. Anyway guys, I think that is all from me. Once again, thank you for joining and hope to see you all again soon. Thank you, James. Hope to catch up soon. Take care guys. Bye.